how about these Cleveland Browns, everybody? We knew they would play at least 11 games without Deshaun Watson. We'll see if Deshaun Watson returns on time based on whatever evaluation is occurring with him. But of those 11 games, what do we say? Just win 5 and you're in good shape? Win 6? Well, it's 5, you're in decent shape. 6, you're in good shape. 7, you're just, you're just sitting pretty, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And through the first 3, they've got 2. And if it were not for the New York Jets' stick-to-itiveness, if it were not for the New York Jets' Joe Flacco, and a bounce of the ball on an onside kick and a defense that just went to sleep after Nick Chubb scored his 3rd touchdown of the game, Browns would be 3-0.
Right.
And if it were not for a missed extra point with no time left and a missed field goal in overtime by a kicker who has such ice in his veins that if there was a pole in the middle of the 2 uprights of a field goal upright in the NFL, that kid McPherson would hit it almost every single time.
Yep.
And because there was an injury to the Bengals long snapper in week number 1, and the team that gave up 5 turnovers to the Steelers, the Bengals could not get that extra point. If not for that, the Steelers would be 0-3. But you've got a 2-1 Browns team and now a 1-2 Steelers team. And the reason why the Browns are 2-1 and the reason why the Pittsburgh Steelers fell to 1-2 last night is because Nick Chubb may just be the best running back in the National Football League. Certainly one that you're not talking about. He's the best you're not talking about enough. 113 yards on the ground for the Georgia Bulldog. Nick Chubb, 23 rushes and a score. And he now leads the league. Obviously, he's the first one, along with the Steelers, Najee Harris, to be a regular running back, the starting running back to play the 3rd game. But he has now leads the league in rushing with 341 rushing yards through 3 weeks. He is the first Cleveland Brown running back with over 330 rushing yards in the first 3 games of a Cleveland Brown season since, yes, sir, Jim Brown in 1963.
Heard of him.
That is how he is running the football since he was drafted into the league out of Georgia between the hedges, 2018, when many of us were talking about Sony Michel instead. Let's not forget.
Yep.
He has now 24 100-yard rushing games. That is the most in the NFL. One more than, yes, Derrick Henry, the diminisher. That's it. And then the fact that Jacoby Brissett is playing mostly mistake-free football, completing almost 2/3 of his passes, 61-92, 596 yards, 4 touchdowns and an interception. That's what you need. Don't turn it over. Let Chubb do the work. When Chubb's not doing the work, let Kareem Hunt do the work. Play defense. Don't let Corey Davis run it 66 yards into the end zone with everyone jogging after him. Don't let Garrett Wilson down the field like Joe Flacco, knife through hot butter Joe Flacco. You're going to win football games in Cleveland without Deshaun Watson. And then when Watson returns, well, I would proffer everybody to say, look out. This division could be the Browns' division to win now. Obviously, we're marathoning. We're not sprinting. But they have won 2 of their first 3 without Deshaun Watson. And if they did not go nappy nap time against the Jets with 90 seconds to go, they'd be perfect. Next up for them is a visit to Atlanta after the mini bye before they send Myles Garrett towards the rib cartilage of the Chargers. Terrific quarterback. Yep, New England. That'll be a fun one for Brissett. At Baltimore, home for Cincinnati, then a bye. And then right around the corner, you've got Watson coming back. So that's the way things are going for the Cleveland Browns right now. Amari Cooper.
He looks good.
I know where he would look better. Back-to-back 100-yard receiving games since weeks 5 through 6 in 2016. It's working.
Really glad that his former employers decided that he wasn't really worth paying.
That's the one I said where he would look better right now.
Well, I figured, so I just wanted to give you It was
what
the
I
whole
was
game,
looking for.
Rich, I was just like, boy.